Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and we are Race Car spelled backwards, like it says backwards there or back there. Is that frontwards or backwards to you?
We could get a mirror and make it backwards.
Well, it's
It's
front.
forward. It's
Okay,
forward. Front
well,
facing, forward, whatever you want to call it.
it's
Correct.
the right way.
No.
Well, who says
Uh huh.
the right way is the wrong way, or what if the
Well,
wrong way
I'm
is the right way?
dyslexic. It might be backwards, and I'm just saying it the right way.
Huh, so it could be backwards. That's our
Yeah, who
story of
knows?
our life.
That's why we call it backwards because we've seen things backwards our whole lives.
So I guess the big news out of this week is going to be Kurt Busch is still going to be out for concussion protocol, and Ty Gibbs is going to be filling in for him. So when do you think we're going to see Kurt back?
Um, if another driver wins, I have a feeling he'll come back for Daytona
You think? I mean, that's
because
just, it seems like a huge risk.
he might need two wins to get in at that point.
Yeah, but is your health worth it? I guess would be my. I mean, you've been out now for going on 4 weeks, and he's still having problems. So it really reminds me a lot of what we saw with Dale Jr. Like, are we gonna
Yeah.
will Kurt come back and do the final farewell tour like Dale did, or does Kurt just call it quits now and be done with it?
I really hope he does what's best for him. He's made enough money that he doesn't have to work. I read somewhere deep in the internet, down the dark web or whatever, that he has a administrative job at 2311 if he wants it.
Well, see, I think that's cool. I mean, I think Kurt does good in the booth, so I can think of
Well, yeah,
a lot of options to stay in the sport and take care of yourself. Like you
we
said, health is the most important.
and we know he can improve Fox.
Oh, that's a
So,
fact. So
throw him and Clinton Mike Joy in there.
Ty Gibbs filling in for him. What do you think? What are you expecting out of Gibbs this weekend? I'm saying top five or better.
I think he could win it.
He very
I
well
really
could
do.
win it.
I mean,
I picked Bubba on the show this week to win. Honestly, I'm torn because I think Ty's got a better shot to win than Bubba. And
yeah.
I hate to say that, but I really believe that Ty could go out and win this race this weekend with no problem.
And we've seen that Ty doesn't cry. We saw him get into a fight. I
You don't
think
like criers. We've established that.
no, and I think Sam Mayer might have got him in a headlock. I mean, he got Sam pretty good, but he didn't cry about it. Neither one did.
No, I saw Sam's going to be driving the number one again next year at Junior Motorsports, so he's coming back for 2023. Noah Gregson's out of the nine next year at Junior Motorsports, leaving it open, and Noah's going to drive the number 42 car for Petty GMS. What are
And
your
what
initial
was the?
thoughts on that? On Noah going to Petty GMS?
I think they're not a back running team. They're more mid tier, but I mean, he can prove that he's a great driver if he can win in a mid tier team, a team that should be finishing 11 to 20. I
Yeah,
mean,
I agree.
if he wins, I mean, he just shows how great. I mean, it's going to be a challenge.
The problem
I think
is, though, he's been in good equipment at, he drove Kyle Busch Motorsports in the trucks for 2 years. Then he goes to Joe Gibbs in the Xfinity car for 1 year. Then he moves and goes to JRM in 2019. So he's been in superior equipment his whole career. I look at
well,
this as a step backwards.
yeah, I think he should have driven another year in Xfinity if that was the best option he had.
And sources say this is a multi-year deal. But you look at Eric
But
Jones. Eric Jones has been consistent every week in and out this year. He's had a lot of great runs. So who's to
is that Eric
say?
Jones or is it the equipment or is it a combination of both?
I think it's both. I think it's a combination. I think the equipment's better this year than it's been in the past. And I think that Eric Jones is a good driver. But I think Noah is a good driver. And Noah's got money. Money comes with Noah usually. You know, a lot of people were saying, how's
Well,
Junior Motorsports going to fill this gap with the money they're going to lose, with Noah leaving? Who are they going to bring in? You know, a lot of rumors and speculation, but I think the money that Noah's putting into his Xfinity ride, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't his parents put that money into his Cup ride?
How did his parents get their money?
I, I want to say it was through some kind of. They're in like construction, housing, something like that. I really
That's not
don't
like
know.
computers or
Yeah, pot,
Elon Musk's illegitimate sister or something like that.
I don't pot stock, something like that.
Yeah.
I ain't got a clue, honestly. I mean, we are 1000% making things up and speculating, but I did hear at one time it was something to do with like construction, so new construction.
Well, I
But
can vouch for 5 years ago, you can make some serious money on pot stock.
it's
So,
fact,
yeah.
guaranteed, right?
Mhm. Hasn't been
So,
that way the last few years, but yeah, 5 years ago, bam.
so who you think's going to replace Noah? The internet says Carson Hocevar, but I was thinking more along like Zane Smith, the 38 Truck Series driver.
I'd like to see Ben Rhodes take it over. I like Ben.
I like Ben. I like Ben. I don't see Ben doing it though. Or what about? And I'm just going to throw this out there. What about Deegan? Now I know she's tied up with Ford, but we Junior's done it before. We had Danica come in and drive.
Yeah.
So what's to say we can't bring Deegan in and put Haley in a car?
And I'd like to see her with some good equipment, with a well-run team, to see how well she really she's had this year's just been a joke.
Well, I
And
think
not
the
her fault.
no,
Not her fault at
I think
all.
it's the Truck Series as a whole. The Truck Series
Yeah.
as a whole is a rough, beating and banging series. So why not pull her out, put her in the Xfinity Series, give her a year, see what happens. She's been in the truck now for 2 years. I mean, it's time.
And I think Ross Chastain, if he was back at a truck the other drivers would go, this guy, he's not aggressive.
Oh yeah, Ross would be destroying people in the trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, he would wreck everybody. He'd make
Oh
no
yeah.
he would make that wreck Noah pulled off at Road America look like nothing. So
Do you think that Tony Stewart will make an NFT out of him?
dude, that was the dumbest announcement. And look, Tony played up well. Like it's silly season. And I want to hate it. Like I want to say it was the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. I mean, it was a dumb announcement. That's a
He got
fact.
attention. I mean,
Well,
that's what
yeah,
he
I mean
wanted.
it's actually brilliant on Tony's part because Tony played it up. He played into silly season. Everybody is speculating that Kyle Busch is going to Stuart Haas, and now the number one runner is Colleague Racing. I mean, every week it seems to change. So Tony plays off the Stuart Haas connection and says he's got a huge announcement coming out or a big announcement coming out. The announcement comes out Tuesday, and he's making NFTs. Like,
Yeah, you
what?
and I were like every hour. Did you hear? Did you hear?
It was the
And then we're
dumbest
like,
thing.
you're like, well, I read from
Adam
someone
Stern.
that it's an NFT. And about 2 hours later, I'm like, yeah, it's official. It's an NFT.
Yeah, I mean,
Which
it was stupid. But like I said, he played up off a silly season because right now, speculation has Kyle Busch going to him or Colleague. I would like to see Kyle go to Colleague Racing over Stuart Haas. Put him in the
does Kyle want to
16.
be at a I mean, they're still kind of a startup team. Does Kyle want to go to a startup team?
If Chevy's willing to put the money behind him, why not? It would be a good move for Colleague Racing, and it would be a good move for Kyle. Kyle being able to show that he can help a team improve could help raise his stock back up. Like Kurt, Kurt, everybody wants Kurt because Kurt can make your team better. Why couldn't Kyle be that guy too? So,
But
going to,
is Kyle gonna will? I mean, we've heard so many different things where people have said Kurt is helping Bubba, telling Bubba what to do, what not to do, coaching him. Is Kyle that person?
I
Can he
think,
be that person?
I think he can help. I think he can help Justin Haley. He's I mean, Ty Gibbs said it this week that he's on the Dell Junior download that he gets a lot of help from Kyle. Kyle's probably not the douchebag that he comes off as behind closed doors, and we know people like that.
Do you think we I thought Hamlin was a douchebag. I mean, I don't know if you thought. I mean, you kind of voiced that a little, but once we met him, we liked him. Do you think if we met Kyle, we'd like him?
I think so because I've seen things he's done. I mean, just on Twitter, you see videos of him interacting with his fans, and it's. I mean, look. He seems like a genuine guy. He's just not my kind of guy, I guess.
I mean, I didn't interact with Joey Logano. I was very close, and my opinion, being close to him,
Got worse.
didn't change. I'm like, this guy's still DB.
Still an idiot. Still
Yeah.
don't like him.
Still don't like him.
So yeah, I think Kyle could go to college though. I really do, and I think he would improve college because he didn't lose his talent overnight. I think the lack of practice has hurt Kyle, and I also
So
think the
why
lack of
doesn't he
racing.
drive? Why doesn't? Yeah, why doesn't he drive more?
He can only drive an X amount of races in the other two series because of the new NASCAR Kyle Busch rule.
But he's not
NASCAR
doing
only
any
made.
Xfinity,
Well, he can only drive X
is he?
amount then. No, well, he runs in a few that Joe puts him in, but really, no. He said he wasn't running Xfinity after 100 wins, so he's just doing trucks now. I see him running another full season in the trucks in his truck to help with sponsorship. I see maybe not next year.
I think maybe
he's going somewhere next year.
I think maybe they ought to allow the NASCAR Cup drivers to drive an unlimited series
I
in
do too.
trucking.
Trucking and
Xfinity.
Xfinity, except during the playoffs. I'm good with
Mhm.
keeping it clean in the playoffs. No NASCAR going down. Just that
Don't let
series
them have
only.
any points. You know,
Yeah, let's just all for fun. I think they should do it. Kyle was better when he drove a lot of races. When
well, and we
Kyle
had
would go out and
practice
win on
too.
Friday, and then he would go out and win on Saturday, and then he would go out and win on Sunday. Kyle
But he'd
was just
spend an
better.
hour or two in the car during practice too, and I
Yeah.
think that gave him and the crew chief time to make adjustments. They don't.
You don't get that no
I
more.
mean, no.
So, well, that's all I got this week. You got anything else, man?
Mm, no, not really.
All right. Thanks for checking us out, guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't listened, check out this week's episode. We were on episode 27. We'll be back with you next Monday for episode 28. Thanks. Have a great week, and we'll see you after Richmond.
Oh, let me do some stupid finger guns. All right.
See y'all.
Adios, everybody.